Welcome, everybody, to the War Room, episode number 5. So far, we've discussed research, why that's the number one important thing. We've discussed preparation. We've discussed the setup. We've discussed on a budget, what you can do, what you can use on a budget. Today, we're going to be talking about EMF meters and why they are important. I am the Doc, and of course, I am joined by the one, the only, the King.
I'm the one and only, right? Yeah, not.
So we talked a little bit about last week about simple things you can use. You know, again, your notebooks, your EMF meters, your digital recorders.
Mm-hmm.
Those about the baselines. Today we're going to talk about EMF meters and different EMF meters and how they are used. Now, we touched a little bit last week on the basic K2 meter, how it's just
Yeah. Flip that baby on and let her rip.
well, this one's battery's dead on that one. All
That's
right.
all right.
So yeah, if you want to demonstrate on yours,
Yeah, see right there. Yeah, you can light that. Just press the button and it lights up. Stays on the green, the low setting, and yep.
yep, gas, simple, yes and no. Stephen Thomas says, "Hey guys, hey Stephen." Now other wonderful, happy ones. I had to dig this one out. This was my starter EMF meter, and battery on this one is also dead. There are no lights. There is nothing fancy. I haven't used this in years.
How much did it cost you to get when you first started with it?
It cost me $28. It's a little 9-volt battery in the back.
That's still pretty affordable.
It was a Radio Shack.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. We going
We're,
all the way back.
we're busting out the radio.
Busting out the Radio Shack. So basically, this EMF meter, it just has numbers. There is no fancy lights. There's no backlight to it. Your sensor is basically right about there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're doing on. So you basically would walk through this direction. Because the fact it is numbers and not a light, you can set it down, but you're going to really want to pay attention. It does not really work that well in a dark room with no backlight to it. But that is what I packed for the absolute longest time, was the old school EMF meter, the A.W. Sperry EMF 200A from Radio Shack. And no, they don't. I don't know. I mean, might be able to find it on eBay. Then went up to one of these little babies, and
I have a couple of those as well.
Yeah, it has a little light on the top. See if I can figure out something that's electronic around here that I could set it off with. I don't think anything. Now the phone's not going to set it off. But this one also has a little graph. It's got the light. It's got a little siren, so you can set it down. You can ask questions. It does have a extension to it, a little sensor on the very end, which we found to be very helpful for scanning. So if you don't want to sit there and scan every single wall and everything, you could just hold this, use a little thing, and then just do like a hand scan on the walls and stuff. Handy, loud, obnoxious, set it, forget it, ask questions, beep once for no, don't beep for anything, beep once for yes, no, whatever. You can just set up your own parameters on how that's going to work. And then, of course, we've got the K2, tried and trusted and true. You see it in video games about ghost hunting. You see it on all the ghost shows. It's just a classic little piece of technology. Again, you've got the lights, green to red. You ask yes and no questions for light it up to red or yellow, whatever, for yes, for no. Um, you know, again, you want to document that on your recorder in your notebook. You're asking questions. What's it going up to? Other little items that we could use are little cat balls, little motion detectors. I consider this to be like an EMF meter because I mean it has to be moving. Um, so we're going to classify. We're going to put it in the EMF meter classification because there's no sounds. You're not reacting off of a sound itself, like you know
Mhm.
your digital recorders, your more audible things. I mean, this is just gonna you set it, forget it, and then if it moves on its own, then you're gonna want to look at it. Got the wonderful Happy Mail meter.
Yeah, millimeter. Is yours got the REM pod on the top?
Mine does not have the REM pod on the top. Mine
So there's
has.
so you got the earlier
I
version
got
of it.
the earlier model, so it comes with a red light. This is handy. This is one I like because it's got the little red light. So when you're walking around in the dark, it does have that backlit screen. It's numbers. It's
Yep.
got a, it's got the thermometer. It's not as cool as the King's.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, mine
Yeah,
will kind of light up, and
yeah. But see, I love this one because of the fact that it does have that light. So as you're walking through, it's a red light. It's not going to mess up your night vision.
no,
Um, Mine has a thermometer on it, so I know yours does too. The earlier
absolutely.
models did not. But then you're just going to be recording your the top meter and the temperature. So you're looking at that change. What we've been doing on our ghost tours is talking about the Klondike and how the basement has one room that is 30 degrees colder all times religiously. This is what we would using because it's got the thermometer to actually document that every single time we went in that it was always 30 degrees colder. There is no vents, there's no openings to the outside, so
We
we
were
don't.
also using temp guns too, as well
Oh
as a
yeah, oh
backup.
yeah.
So
Of
yeah,
course, I don't have a temp gun here, but yes, you can use a temperature gun. You get them on Harbor Freight. They don't. They're not very
yeah,
expensive.
like maybe $10.
Yeah, about $10. It's got some have lasers on them, so you can point and you'll see where you're pointing.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess we can throw thermometers in with the EMFs because it's not making any sound. It's more of a meter.
Right.
And then there's these little guys I love. I love these little guys.
Oh, I got a bunch of those as well.
These things are great because of the fact the little antenna is movable, so you can move that. We did one.
Directional.
Oh,
Yep.
it's very directional. Like for example, we did one in the Dalles, an investigation, just before the COVID lockdown, and we were. I know you weren't able to join us on that one,
Yeah, unfortunately.
but there was. We were in a banquet hall, and the owners were talking about a tennis ball would move around the room, and that there were little kid spirits that you could hear. So what we did was we put but four of these around said ball,
Hmm.
and then we were able to ask it questions, and it was kind of cool to see it move around. So it'll light up on one end, and then the lights will come on and off, and then it kind of fluctuated around. These are also good to put in a dark room, and you set it off to the side, set it, forget it, turn off all your lights. You're going to get that light, that nice blue light that's going to come up. You know, I mean, we
Hmm.
had this happen at the bridge tender a lot. You know, we'd set this up, and you get that. You get that little bright light that would fluctuate in and out. It was really kind of cool.
Right.
I know there are tools that James has that I don't.
Oh well, you pretty much got all. I mean, I've got just a couple others. I mean, I just have another form of metal meter. It's digital. It's got backlight. It's got the temperature on it. You know, it's I think a little more updated version than the ones you've got. I've got like two. I've got 2, 3 of these. They're really kind of nice and handy. So yeah, the same concept as everything else. And then we have the REM pod. This guy, um, you know, anything that comes within the field of this antenna, it will set this off. I mean, as you can see by all the lights. This I think was pretty notorious when we did City Hall over there in St. Helens, and we couldn't
Yeah,
get this thing to stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
City Hall was good with that one.
All the lights, have different, meanings to them. All that. I used to like that one, but since I have the millimeter with it on there, I prefer to use this one more often than that one. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, that's all. You know, I pretty much have what you got, just with those two extras.
Yeah, and the reason why you want the millimeters is you're getting readings off of them. So you want to listen for those tones, listen for the lights.
I gotta
If
turn
you're
this
filming
REM
in a
pod
dark
off.
area, if you're filming in a dark room, the lights are very handy. Because
Yeah,
again, you could use, if the spirit does not want to talk in the spirit box, which will be in episode 7, we'll talk about spirit boxes, audio equipment, that kind of stuff. But say you're just striking out with a spirit box. Not all spirits are going to want to talk through a spirit box.
absolutely.
So you need another way to get them to discuss things. Like we've dealt with spirits that hate the spirit box, they hate the photo maps. They will not respond to anything that we give them except for if it's got a light or it's just got those meters where you can just say, hey, you don't want to talk to us. Could you just touch this light? Can you touch this device? Could you make this color go to green, go to yellow, go to
Right.
red?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're, for example, we always have examples from our cases. City Hall upstairs, the little girl that doesn't like talking to anybody, she likes lights. So we
Oh,
can ask her to just touch the device. It's not going to hurt you. Just bring up the light a little bit. We find that she likes the lights. She prefers lights over the spirit box because the spirit box doesn't have that awful loud sweeping sound unless you got a portal box or something that'll try to mute all that.
right.
Discuss that episode 7.
It said
But
you got the lights that it'll
yeah,
attract it'll keep her busy.
yeah, yeah. We've had good luck with the lights with that little girl,
Yeah.
and those are basically yes no questions. Um, so if you're going into a situation and you've only got a K2, um, like we said last week in setup, try to have some questions ready to go. Jot down your questions on in your handy dandy notebook. Document, document, document. You can't go wrong with documentation. And
No.
again, if you're on a team or you're doing this by yourself, so if you're in a team, you can document all this stuff, log everything, record everything. That's cameras handy, body cams handy. Um, for example, I mean, here's the body cams we use. It's small, it just clips on. They're like $20 Amazon. One button, hit it, forget it, record everything, but always, always, always have your notebook. We're going to
Gary?
emphasize that one till the day we die.
Absolutely.
So you're asking your questions. You go in, whatever meter you have, anything you got, so and so, such and such. As you're saying your questions, document your questions in your notebook. Document the response you get. If you have a meter that has the numbers, say old school, then you'd want to document, okay, it went from 0.00 up to 1.05. Document it. It's a change. If you've done your setup and you know that, okay, okay, again, another example. City Hall, we have one room, always sets off all the meters regardless because it is the computer room and all the electronics run into that room. So
Yeah.
we go in there and everything goes off. Everything's
Yeah.
pegging, everything's lighting up.
Yeah. You can't get a good reading in a area like that. None
Yeah. So
whatsoever.
we document that ahead of time. During our previous setup, okay, this room is hot. It's the main computer room. You're not getting a good reading in here at all. So that's why you do your setup and your research. So when you walk in that room, you're gonna get rid of all those readings and go, okay, I can't do a reading in there because it's not going to do anything. It's worthless. So any lights, any sounds,
Right.
beeps and boops. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, if you're on a budget, it's just starting out, the K2 is good. But if you get something, like this, you've got it doesn't have all of the lights and all that, but it's got the digital reading, it's got the backlight so you can read it, and it's also got the temperature on it. So you
yeah,
can record multiple things at that time. So if there's a EMF change going on at that moment, so from 0.00 to 1.05, obviously that's an EMF change. But if the temperature changes at the same time, you've got two readings that you can, uh, write down, jot down in your notebook.
yeah. Steven says lightning strike in the middle of the room is all.
The EMF confirmation you'll ever need forever.
But
uh,
EMFs are a good way. Yes, no questions. Document, document, document. Write it all down in your notebook. Um, when we get towards the end of this series, by the way, this is going to be a limited series. Again, we emphasize that one. Um, we'll discuss the wrap up. Now, we're going to jump a little bit ahead on that one. As you're documenting everything, you're writing down all your answers, everything that's going on. When you do your final wrap up after of the night, if you were alone, you don't really need to confer with anybody, but you probably want to confer with your notes. Say, okay, this is what I feel that we've gotten. If you're with a team afterwards, you're going to take all those notes, your readings, your temperature readings. It really does sound like a lot of stuff going on. But if you're sitting in a dark room, you've got your meters going, you can, okay, it's cold, document it, see
mhm.
what the temperature change is. Are your meters changing a lot? Debunk what you can and what you can't debunk. Um, batteries, batteries, batteries.
Yeah, you cannot have enough batteries because, like this guy right now, he needs a battery change. So before the next investigation, he'll get a fresh battery in that one.
Yeah, I'll have to change batteries on this one, but okay. So if you're doing this on a budget and you only got X amount of a budget, then you go with the baseline,
Mhm.
or that's like $30.
Yeah, even 20, $30. I think this is
Yeah,
to get going. The longer you get into it, that's when you can start spending more money, and you can
yeah,
get things like this because this is up there a bit.
yeah,
And same with the REM pod. I mean, these two are really on the higher end. of the EMF.
I would say if you're putting together a budget platform and you want an EMF that does temperature, I would say go with the EMF meter that you have that also records
Yeah,
that one,
this guy right here. Yeah.
because that way you can record the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to have a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
That's small, it's handheld. Of course, EMF records temperature.
absolutely.
Doesn't have any lights on it.
It
Sometimes you
just
don't
has
need
a
light.
it just has a backlight. Let's see if it.
There,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
advantages, disadvantages to everything.
Yeah.
And as you grow into the hobby and as you grow into the profession, don't be scared to start swapping out parts. So, for example, I started out with this guy, very simple, a little bit more difficult. Years later, I'm up to the big guy, but there's no
Yeah.
shame in starting
No.
out small.
I mean, I think for me, I started out obviously with the K2. I mean, pretty much everyone does, like you're saying. And then I kind of upgraded. I think I went from that to this one, and then this one. And then I'll say I kind of went back to simple a little bit and downgraded to this.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, I guess you could say you can never have enough, but you don't want to go overboard.
Yeah.
So,
As two guys that started out with a small item box, went to 4 to 5 to 6, 7 cases on an investigation.
I think I've had 4.
Yeah, the highest I've been up is 5 boxes of stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm down to a tool bag. It's not in a box, it's just put in like a big old tool bag. Because it's just easier. But I do have a to-go box.
See, yeah. And you've seen mine. I whittled mine down to that one, and well, I'm down to 2 essentially. If I want to consider the other one, depending on case by case basis for me.
Yeah.
One case is just strictly cameras. And then if I decide I don't want to take a case with the cameras, I'll just throw them in a duffel bag. Make it easier to carry. But I
Yeah.
do have the main case that I've actually downgraded the case size to you know, almost like a I don't even know what kind of size case that is, but it's like over half the size of my original case. So
Yeah. I mean, the only thing in my to-go box, so I got a handy dandy K2, digital recorder, spirit box, speaker, 2 cat balls.
only 2 cat balls?
Only 2 in
I
the
carry about
to-go box. And then I have the ANC Mini, which is basically what's going to clean up all that white noise from the spirit box. So my to-go box, I basically call that the vacation box. And that's
box.
well, basically like say we're not going to do anything extensive, but we're going to go to Fort Stevens for the day or something. I'll take my to-go box. It's small, it's light, it's got just the bare necessities of what I'm going to need. It's easy to pack, easy to handle.
Yeah. So your to-go box, I mean, that's pretty much just all the stuff that you're using.
Yeah.
And nobody else is, right?
Yeah.
That's with mine. Yeah. See, with mine though, another reason why mine's a little bit bigger is because basically most of my team doesn't have equipment, so they use mine. I do have 1 or 2 team members that have their own equipment, but everyone else just uses mine. So I kind of have to have a little bit of extra stuff.
Yeah, well,
until they can get theirs going.
Yeah, well, DBK is kind of just such a a few people as it is. So it's, that's, I'm not even talking a full scale investigation. This is just basically, hey, we're going to go somewhere. We're going to go
A
take a
spur
day
of the
trip.
moment thing, and
Spur of the moment thing, grab it, throw it in the car. Say, like I said, we're at Fort Stevens. We're walking around. I kind of get like, feeling. I can just grab the to-go box, take it in with us to like one of the batteries. It's quick, it's simple. It's just going to give you the basic necessities of what you need to do without taking everything.
right.
So these aren't full scale investigations, or say I'm going to a museum. That's basically what I took to Alaska, was a to-go box. Very minimal equipment, and we were going to an old brothel in Ketchikan, and it was a basic what I can fit in my pockets, because we were not there after hours because we were on a cruise ship. So to-go box, it's quick, it's simple, it's basic necessities. Say you're in Astoria and you want to go to the Flavel Museum. Again, small, quick, pack your pockets.
That's your covert investigations.
That's my covert investigation box. But, I just take it anywhere. We're going to, some special place for a day. And, you just take your to-go. It's simple meters, digital recorder, spirit box. It's
Maybe I
nothing.
should
Nothing
make me a little to-go box.
You should.
Yeah.
Cases aren't that
I just might
expensive.
do that.
Yeah, that way,
No, I mean, I got enough cases around here I could use that are small.
Yeah, I mean, the to-goes are just kind of cool because you don't have an investigation planned, but you're going somewhere that might have something.
Something going, yeah.
Yeah. So, but
perfect.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap up EMFs on that one. So they are good to have and handy to have, and we're gonna go ahead and get meters going off already.
I had to. They've been going off. I had to turn them off. No, I know I have stuff going on here at the house. I do. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
All right. Well, till then, next week will be phone apps, and we should be being joined by Josh from Paranormal Parkour to discuss phone apps. What works, what doesn't, and what's a waste of money. So tune in next week.
A lot of it.
We will give our honest answers on what we like and what we don't like.
Absolutely.
So it'll be hopefully a 3-person roundtable on that one. So until then, I'm Doc.
I'm King James.
We'll see you next week on War Room.